With all the new changes to focus, it has allowed you to go back and remap all of your skill trees on, if you're like me and you have unlocked all of them for no particular reason other than you could when Focus 1.0 was a thing. You should have enough standing to be able to come in and basically do this and unlock the entire tree. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them and do this, mainly because that was the last one. They are now all completely unlocked and active. This is where the new focus system comes into its own and actually works out pretty well. I still have lots of standing on all of them. Naramon used to be my main one, the one that I did the most with, but for some reason it seems to have the least amount of standing out of all of them. Okay, it's not, it's like third. These two are actually worse. Straight up, I'll admit, never used either of these. Zanurik, Naramon, Madura, yeah. These two, never used them. At all. But I've made this mistake several times in the past. When Focus 2.0 went live, and I have admitted this one a few times, I massively messed up on this tree because I didn't actually put everything in where I should have put it, which, as I said before, always start with the main node. Level that one up first because it's usually the most useful, but that's where things got a little bit weird because I've heard that energizing dash is really useful on this, as is the void stuff, and to me, if you're going to do the focus trees and you're going to do them properly, the way-bound passives are obviously going to be one of the first thing you actually want to level up, because these are the things: increased operator's energy efficiency. Yeah, that is actually really useful. You have a pool of points that you can actually use for these things, and the best thing about it is, with the Focus 2.5 system, it's universal, and to increase it, it's whatever is sitting here. So, to be fair, considering I use Madura the most, I should make that the primary, and use that one to increase this a bit more, but it just costs so much less than it did before to increase the actual pool, which is great for when you have situations like I was just in where you don't have enough points left to do it, and just like that, I need more. If you increase the pool from the individual sections, yes, that one will actually use the focus points of whichever skill tree you're looking at. But of course, whichever one you use just depends upon personal preference. I am tempted on this because of the increased health to operators, as well as the next 4 revives, of course, being instantaneous. Always has been a useful skill tree. I think I'll move over this one simply because of the extra armor that it gives. Zanurik, I'm still a bit torn on because I actually completely, yet again, screwed up while trying to unlock some of this tree because I missed the passive. Again. I can't believe I did that. Okay, it only increases melee channeling, but still, this time around, I tried to go for the way-bound passives and the normal passives, and then just throw it everywhere else at the same time. Naramon is still based upon melee. It increases the melee attacks granted, the affinity granted from melee use, by 45%. If leveling a melee weapon, switching to this obviously is going to be pretty useful. It increases the combo counter, and it decays for every 5 seconds after obviously using it. And the passives increase the movement speed of the operator, and that's sadly nothing to do with melee. It's just these two that really kind of, well, and this. But this is it has to be a permanent passive. It just has to be. It probably isn't, but it should be. And for some reason, this became unlocked again. It keeps doing that. It keeps unlocking parts of the tree. And I haven't figured out why it keeps doing it. But this one is based on damage as well. Physical damage is increased and elemental damage is increased, which is the only reason I've stuck with that. But I am tempted on the move over here simply because obviously the increased armor is going to be useful. Especially since it says it doesn't decay. It should be permanent. But one of the biggies to this that has remained from last time, it still needs 1,000,000 focus points and a brilliant Eidolon shard to get that last point unlocked on the waybound passives. If you have some brilliant Eidolon shards, they may be worth keeping a hold of, because if you actually trade them in, you only get 25,000 standing per one. You can usually get that in a day. I don't know how much of my standing I actually have left. Yep, Frost is not amused. Have to come back in and, yep, I'm pretty sure you could probably get that 25,000 in a day, and it's probably best to keep those Eidolon shards to unbind. 1,000,000 standing, focus points, whatever. That is going to be insane to get a hold of, and it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 million and 10 Eidolon. I keep forgetting the name of the things. 10 brilliant Eidolon shards, as well as the 10 million focus to unlock all of it. So, despite the fact that, yes, they've refunded yet again, and it has meant coming in and... Why is it unbound it this time? I say I'm not going insane. It is actually just randomly unbinding parts of the skill tree that I have equipped. And I even increased the pool beyond what it actually needs, but it seems to have locked in this time round. We'll come out and go back in and have a look. But yes, Focus 2.5, they have changed a lot of stuff to this, but it mainly came down to 4 of the skill trees. Zanuric had the Void Singularity, pulse speed doubled, lightning dash cost is now 10 per cast. Vizarin? I'm actually going to try to pronounce them. Guardian Blast has now been... It now grants 160 shields max instead of 100. Is it? Yes, there it is. And of course, Protective Dash, there, now grants 5 seconds of immunity, up from 2 at its max. I didn't actually put any points into that because, again, I've tried to unlock the wave passives, which are actually down here, but never mind, and the normal passives, and then, as you can see, it's just kind of random past that until I get enough points to unlock as much as I can. Yunario? Butcher that one. Void Spines now reflect 100% of damage max, up from 25, and Stone Skin now adds flat armor. Oh, so it is flat armor for both the frame and the operator. It'll go to 60 max, which is obviously known, it's sitting right there, but that will not decay over time. That's good to know. Then, of course, for Madura, the Void Strike, which is down here. I did throw some in there, not all of it. Just short of getting that last bit unlocked, which kind of sucked. That now continually accumulates the damage boost over multiple Void uses. And Blazing Dash, I think I actually fully unlocked that for some reason, now stuns enemies instead of ragdolling them. That was pretty much that, and this infinite... I just want to say infinite, that's not really the right description. The universal pool, so you can, that pool goes for all of them, has actually meant that you don't have to spend standing from every single tree to put some in there. I did anyway. I went round and I took some standing from each individual one to add to it, so all of the cost of it didn't just come from one, which is probably the best way to do it if you have been playing for a long time and you have all of these unlocked. But gaining the focus still works the same. You need the lenses, you need to put them on there, and the Eidolon lenses, insanely useful. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.